I'm Florence. I'll be the solicitor who's conducting this interview today. What's your name?
I'm Angela.
Angela. Nice to meet you, Angela.
Nice
I would
to
shake
meet
your hand, but can't be more than 1.5 metres away from someone, so it's safe to say we won't be doing that today, but it's nice to meet you. And we also have some hand sanitizer here
Thank you.
if you would like to use some.
Thank you.
So how did you find getting here today? Did you take public transport? Did you drive?
I drove today. Normally I take public transport, but because the roads are pretty much empty and the car parks are pretty much empty, it was a much faster trip, so I arrived a lot earlier. And then because we can't be wandering around, I just waited in the car. So
That's fair enough.
that worked well.
Yeah, I know it's crazy times at the moment with the whole coronavirus pandemic. How are you feeling that you're coping with that? I know personally my family, we've been stocking up on pastas and essentials whenever we can, just because the shops are so empty at the moment. How are things going with you for that?
Yeah, not too bad. We, because Mum's older, we can go and get the things in the morning at the elderly person's shopping time. So that's helpful. I do try not to take her out, but we have to get the things that we need. So yeah, we've had to go out a few times, but yeah, it's not been too busy, so that's good.
Yeah, great. Okay, so we can get started with the interview today, and I'll just let you know a few things. I hope you don't mind if I take some notes, if that's okay with you. And I'd just like to let you know about client confidentiality. So basically all that means is that I'm compelled by law to not take any information that we've spoken about today outside of this room. There are a few exceptions to this rule, however, which say I'm getting legal advice on the issue, or anything that's brought up today could harm another person or is a serious offence to the law. Basically just preventing injury to other people, things like that. But we should be fine today. Hopefully everything's good, but I just needed to let you know that in case.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are we here to talk about today, Angela?
Okay, I wanted to talk to you about organising to change my mother's will. She'd like to change her will. The will that she has at the moment has my two brothers and sister and myself all sharing evenly in her will. But she feels that because I'm looking at her permanent full-time carer, she feels like that she'd like to give me more, make me the main beneficiary of the will. So I just want to find out how we would go about that, what the process is really.
So you're here regarding your mother's will and you becoming the main beneficiary of
Yes.
that. Okay, so what have you seen your mother's will previously? Do you know what's exactly in it, or have you just heard from her?
Yeah, she's told me. I haven't actually seen the will, but she's told me that, and she's told me that she'd like to change it. So, and because she's getting a little bit elderly and a bit forgetful, it's a bit of a challenge for her to do organise these sorts of things. So she's asked me to come along and sort it out for her as best I can.
So you said your mother's a bit elderly and she's forgetful. Who's the caretaker in this situation, or how is she coping on her?
I'm the main caretaker. I'm living with her now because I felt that she needed somebody to be caring for her all the time. She gets home help come in once a week, and then Meals on Wheels come a couple of days a week as well. But I'm there with her all the time, 24/7. So yeah, I've taken over that main role because she just wasn't coping. She was getting forgetful and, putting a handbag in the fridge and thinking people were eating food when the carers came and forgetting where her handbag was and things like that. So just little things that happen when people get a bit older. It's normal aging, but it's been a worry for her, and my siblings don't really see her very often. They don't live nearby, and they're all busy with their own lives and children, and so they don't really come near her, so she needs me to be there to help her.
Okay, so when did you start living with your mother?
About 5 months ago, I moved in with her, yeah.
And did you move in from another house in the area, or were you living with other family or relatives, or a partner, or some other circumstance like that?
No, I was actually living down in Melbourne.
In Melbourne?
Yes, so I moved up from Melbourne 5 months ago. yeah, so now I'm living with her in her house.
Okay. And I'll just get a bit of information about the house. So whereabouts is it located?
It's in Mosman.
Mossman. And just some information on the house itself. Any amenities, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, anything like that?
It's 2-story. It has 3 bedrooms upstairs and 1 downstairs. It has a pool and garage. Yeah, just the usual.
And are there any stocks or investment properties or any other assets that you're aware of that your mother owned or had in her possession that you think might be included in the will?
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but in the other will it would just say all of her properties. So I don't know. I'm assuming that the new will would just cover everything, but she would have stocks and shares and things because Dad used to like to invest in those sorts of things. So she would have some and a few vintage cars and things like that in the garage that Dad liked to collect, and that'd be hers now. She has quite a bit of jewellery. Yeah, and some stocks and shares. I don't really know what their value would be. I could find out probably. I could probably find them in the house, but I haven't found them at this stage.
So do you know which other law firm was the firm that created the will for your mother?
I think it was C.G. White at Double Bay.
Yep.
I think that's who Dad used to use, and so I'm assuming it would be the same law firm that Dad would use.
Yep. And what's your relationship like with your siblings?
It's not all that close, I don't think anymore. We were close as children when we were quite young, but as I said, it's a bit tricky because I'd moved away for quite a number of years and travelled and lived overseas and things like that. So yeah, we don't see each other very often. But obviously if they call in and see Mum, then that's lovely. And I encourage that, but they really don't come very often.
And are you currently just yourself living alone with your mother, or do you have a partner?
Yeah, no, just myself and Mum. Yeah, I'm divorced, yeah.
And your siblings, do they have families or?
Yeah, they've all got partners and children.
Yep.
Yeah, and their own homes and everything. That's what Mum says, they really don't need the money, that they're already well set up, whereas I'm not in as good a financial position as they are.
Okay, great. Are there any questions that you'd like to ask me, or anything you feel that you need to tell me about the situation?
No, I guess I wondered, what's the next step? What do I do from here? And do I have to bring Mum in with me next time, or can this be done? Obviously a lot of things are being done remotely. Can this be done? Can she sign remotely, or how will that work?
Well, I'll look over my notes this afternoon, and then I'll look at the next step in the course that we'll take with this case, and we will probably be in contact within the next 4 days. And we are looking to move all of our interviews and meetings and procedures online. So hopefully by the end of the week we'll have everything through like a Skype sort of situation. And with your mother, that's a situation we'll probably look at further in the future, but most likely we'll have to meet with her at some point. So, but hopefully that'll be well and truly after the virus, or that can be over the internet or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just grab some information for you before you leave. So what's your full name?
Angela Fuller.
Angela Fuller. And your date of birth?
The 20th of the 3rd, 2012.
Yep. And what is your address?
62 Black Street, Mosman.
Okay, great, Angela. Thank you for coming in today. You're welcome to see us over.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.